14-year-old teenager is brought to the physician by her mother, who seems extremely concerned that her daughter is unable to sleep at night and has become increasingly agitated and aggressive. She has been noticing changes in her daughter's behavior recently. She had no idea what was going on until she found pills hidden in her doctor's room a week ago. Her daughter confessed that she tried these drugs once with her friends and started using them since then. Her mother threw away all the pills and prevented her daughter from seeing her friends. This is when she started noticing her tear often and sweat. So the daughter is tearing often and sweating now. She's seeking a quick and effective treatment for her daughter. Which drug did the teenager most likely use? Okay, this is also a question about drug abuse. So here the patient was taking certain drugs. She stopped taking the drugs and now the patient is tearing often and sweating often. The question is, which drug was the teenager most likely using? The answer is oxycodone, which is again an opioid. So these questions are very well spaced out. First, we came to know about, well, what symptoms opioids cause, which is mostly meiosis, decreased respiration. Basically, just think of opioids as suppressing everything. They're making you slow, constipated, decreased blood pressure, decreased pulse, decreased respiratory rate, constricted pupils. All right. Then we came to know that if you are in a state of opioid intoxication, you're going to use naloxone, which is going to quickly help you improve your respiratory rate. Now we are learning about what will happen in your state of opioid withdrawal if you stop using opioids or if you're given naloxone or something. Okay. So basically, opioid withdrawal is very similar to this horrible, terrible flu. Okay, the patient is going to have like rhinorrhea, lacrimation, sweating, tearing, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, muscle cramps. It's like just, everything which was being done by opioids is being reversed, and the patient is going to body is going to go in state of hyperactivity. So the bowels which were constipated are now hyperactive. They're causing nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Your pupils which were constricted will cause mydriasis. Then all of your sweating and stuff was shut down. Body is going to start sweating. It's going to have muscle cramps. Just think of it as like a horrible flu, but it's not life-threatening. If patient gets over the flu, he's fine. All right. So that is like a very typical thing. If you think that the patient is having very flu-like symptoms, with, like, as I said, lacrimation, diarrhea, sweating, nausea, vomiting, muscle cramps, etc. It's usually opioid withdrawal. So the answer here is oxycodone. All right. Just one quick tidbit about naloxone, which is used for opioid intoxication. It has a very short half-life. So you could have a question where a patient comes and he had opioid intoxication. Respiratory rate was low. He was given naloxone. Respiratory rate improved. But in a while, respiratory rate fell again. Then you have to give naloxone again because I think it just has the half-life of a few hours. Okay, so opioids are still going to be your body, but in your body, but naloxone will go out of your body. So the respiratory rate will fall again. So you have to, give repeated doses of naloxone. This is like high. You could get a question on that. Let's just go through the other options quickly. Atomoxetine. Can somebody tell me what atomoxetine is? Where did we use atomoxetine? Yes, Lascipriya is saying ADHD. Perfect. Atomoxetine was your second line drug in ADHD when your parents said that they didn't want amphetamines like methylphenidate for the kid. Okay, so ADHD. That is not what is happening here. This patient probably had opioids. Atomoxetine is like a stimulant. So if there was a stimulant withdrawal, the patient would be, depressed, sleepy, hungry. All right. This patient is tearing and sweating. It's probably in the start of an opioid withdrawal. Naloxone is an opioid antagonist. So, well, it makes no sense that she was using a naloxone drug. Okay, marijuana we know is weed widely used by people, and withdrawal from weed will cause opposite symptoms. Patients will not feel hungry, they will not have sleep, they'll feel dysphoric, irritable, anxious, all right, not going to have flu-like symptoms. Cocaine is again a stimulant, so when you withdraw cocaine, patient is going to have a crash where he'll be depressed and sleepy and will not feel like doing anything. All right. So that is that. That is why your correct answer is oxycodone. Let's just see what MOKSH tells you about the symptoms of Opioid withdrawal. First symptoms are sweating and lacrimation, then there is muscle cramps, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, centrally originating pain. Okay. They've also said that opioid withdrawal can be treated with clonidine, loxapidine, methadone, and buprenorphine. Buprenorphine is a partial agonist of opioid receptors, so well, makes sense that you can't give full opioids, so you give partial opioids to help you with the symptom withdrawal. Methadone is also a full agonist, but it doesn't really cause addiction because it doesn't cause as much euphoria as the other opioids, so you can use that. And while clonidine and stuff is caused for a slight increase in BP that could happen. All right. But mostly, though, it's not very life-threatening. So if the patient can get over it without all of these, they're encouraged.
Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more.